Hi, how is everyone doing? Are we good? See very quiet people in the room. Can I hear from you? How are we feeling today? Yeah. Great. So I'm really pleased to be here on behalf of the Atlantic Assistance Mechanism. And as you see, there's a bit of a running theme across the day where we are trying to help people to do pitches. And so, we tried to stick to the 5 minutes, and I know you see it's been a little bit difficult. We're going to try to keep to that. Just on our side, what we really wanted to feature today is a strong ecosystem of support that exists not just for projects, but also for stakeholders, for port authorities, for change agents, for innovators. And this is what, for us, the Atlantic community is about. And this is what has been driving 10 years of the Atlantic strategy that we are actually celebrating now. So I'm really pleased to be here and to also have with me two change agents, and actually, I think internally we call them human accelerators. I have Ruben Eiras. He's the Secretary General of Forum Oceano. He is a blue economy innovation activist, Ruben, and it's quite well known in our community that if Ruben believes in your project, doors open for you, right? So projects take note. Ruben is actually quite well known because he has really contributed to Atlantic cooperation almost since, for a very long time, I think for many years. And I've also got with us Ella Nilakanti Ford, and she is a global management advisor, business coach, and she's a published author. Ella is an international thought leader on business leadership, organizational transformation, and working across cultures. And she has actually helped a lot of businesses to accelerate. So I'm really pleased to welcome you with us today, our panel of dragons, or sharks probably, who can hopefully help the projects that are in this room that will be pitching for us today. And I'd like to call the first one, TJ. So TJ is going to present a project Selkie. And he is with Mare Center, the Environmental Research Institute from University College Cork. So TJ, how are we feeling?
Thank you, Catherine. I'm feeling good, and I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to showcase this very worthwhile project.
All right, let's start.
Okay, so Selkie, the tagline is development of a streamlined commercialization pathway for the marine renewable energy industry. We are funded through the European Union ERDF fund, and it's run by the Ireland-Wales Cooperation Programme. My name is TJ Horgan. I'm a research support officer, and I'm based here in Mare, which is the Environmental Research Institute Science Foundation Ireland. What is the Psyche project? Well, we're a cross-border project between Wales and Ireland. We are going into our final year, consortium of 2 universities and 4 industry partners, each of which have a unique expertise. And we are developing and disseminating a suite of widely applicable multi-use tools. Now, this platform is really good today as well to help disseminate these tools and what we're developing. The first tool I want to speak about is the GIS, Geographic Information System, and a Techno economic calculator. This tool is in 2 parts. It was devised due to a lack of information on site relevance and resource data in Irish and Welsh waters. And this will have the most up-to-date geospatial data, resolution, and identify all potential opportunities and constraints. The GIS part of the tool will help propose sites, and the techno-economic calculator will perform project feasibility analysis calculations. We have foundations and mooring. decision support tool. This has been built on the findings of earlier projects such as DT Ocean and DT Ocean Plus. We have modules for the gravity-based, Subcassian foundations, catenary taut moorings, plate anchors. So what this tool does is you pick your site, your device, and this program will give you an output of optimized designs and your CapEx estimates. CFD, computational fluid dynamics. This technique de-risks open sea deployments, and Psyche has used CFD to predict the energy that can be captured by tidal arrays and their wakes. We have simulated a two-phase flow for an oscillating water column chamber device. Then we have built a clearly documented tool to help design devices incorporating rotor control and facilitate array layout for energy maximization. This is a screenshot of the YouTube tutorial videos and support that's around the tool. There has been papers produced on the 3D bathymetry models for the CFD tool. This is a recent conference paper. Next on the list is the project is pioneering the use of drones to measure surface currents. Now, this easily deployable technology will reduce the cost and risk of surveying currents at the tidal energy sites. This is another screen grab. We started using PIV Lab to show the current direction. And this picture here, the red is where the quicker current is, and the blue is the slower. Now, this data, test flights and data acquisition have been running since, well, they've been running for 12 months. So we have a lot of papers, and we are getting usable data. One of the new sensors the project is developing is a robust and easy to make data logger. Now, this has been built using off-the-shelf products, and it has been tested in OpenSea for a year also, and it has performed very well. Next, we have a large device. It's almost completed. It's called a Converging beam Adcp. Now, what makes this different from your regular Adcp is that the 3 single beams will focus at one particular point, and it will allow a direct calculation of velocity at that point. Now, this tool also, it's utilizing off-the-shelf components again, easily to transport, assemble, disassemble, and very low cost deployment and recovery methodology. Speaking of the recovery methodology, there's a novel recovery system that our colleagues at Swansea University have developed for this device.
So TJ, we've gotten a bit past the 5 minutes, so what I'm going to do is maybe if you have like 30 seconds to wrap up.
Whoa, the time flies.
I know, yes, when it's interesting.
Okay, well, our next tool, logistics, installation costs, O&M costs. This is an area with potential for dramatic and early cost reductions. So we are going to produce a operations and maintenance decision support tool also. This tool will simulate operations across the life cycle and optimize logistics in the installation and O&M phase. We have an active large-scale survey at the moment, which looks into the innovation activity of firms across the supply chain. We have 2 pilot projects with Sabella and our own Ocean Energy. We have industry engagement, full training in the tools. We can offer free tank testing at Lure, conduct data analysis modeling, and business support and network opportunities. So please, any businesses, get in touch. These are some of our network, and that's it.
All All right.
Thank you, and go ahead, Margaret.
Thank you, TJ. I'm going to give the floor first to Ella and then to Ruben.
Thank you. TJ, could I ask you just to give me very quickly the why of Selkie? You know, quite often I hear people talk about this is who we are and this is what we're doing, but the compelling piece is the why.
Basically, it's to save time and money. What it said in the business plan is that there's bottlenecks with technology and there's bottlenecks with developers to get their metal wet, to get metal in the water, and that these standardized tools, templates, would help that progression.
Do you see the difference that will make if you're trying to talk to people in terms of getting funding and getting buy-in? You look so different. Your energy and enthusiasm just suddenly switched. You know, that makes a big difference when you're making a pitch.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Ruben?
Okay. First of all, you know, congrats for the work that you are doing. I think you really have something in there that can go further. And we have, you know, exchanged already some insights. So what's the next for Selkie? Because what we've seen here is like a one-stop shop of solutions that can be integrated in the platform for delivering services for offshore renewables development, and that can, you know, like say, save time and cost. But for example, can this evolve, for example, for a digital twin of a site as that possibility?
Well, our project's next steps, all these tools are either complete or almost complete. So our next steps are to test, validate these tools in open sea deployments using our pilot projects. And you mentioned a digital twin. We have just started procurement on the software. We are going to do a collaboration with a company who are launching a research buoy. And as proof of concept, we are going to do a digital twin of this buoy and use the data.
Okay, so you have to focus now more on the practical demonstration of the project. But I noticed that you have a huge network. So on the last slide, there is you have a high connection with industry. I think if I were you, my advice would be to engage in making a platform that is more industry oriented for solving problems. Because you already have a good academic and proof of concept done, but now you have to go to the mile where you say you save time and money. But how much time and how much money do you save when compared to the normal process? And here, also engage. I would like to engage to the securitization industry and also to the offshore development actors. Because with this is the tool that gives the information for making a site attractive for investment and integrating all that knowledge for doing that. But engaging with securitization and also with offshore development actors that are searching for opportunities for developing floating offshore wind, and that they need this kind of tools for doing that.
Thank you, Ruben.
Yes.
Okay. Ella, do you have anything else you want? I mean, I've got, I think for me, I've got a question as well, TJ. What's your ask? Who do you want to bring in to support this project, and what would you like them to do?
But my ask, Ruben touched on the point, how much time does it save? How much money does it save? Great questions. That's why we need business engagement. We need people to use these tools, test them, give us feedback, and participate in the project, which was one of the main reasons I came here today. Not just the pleasure of going somewhere and meeting people in person, but to spread the word and ask for business participation. Not just developers and technology use, but everyone from across the supply chain in MRE, everything from legal, insurance, boat operators, crane drivers, policy makers, anyone in the supply chain.
Thank you, TJ. And I think you're speaking to the right audience. We're not just in this room, but also virtually. There is a powerful network that is behind here, and I think we heard you loud and clear today. Our next project, that is Ocean I3 with Julieta.